Hey guys, Brian here, Stogie Review, IPCPR 2017. We are here with Robert, Southern Draw. How are you doing, sir?
I'm wonderful. Good to see you guys. I know you waited patiently.
He's
Been running back and forth.
Very busy, yeah.
You know, being busy is the translation of we're blessed, right? We've got the family here. The media's come in hordes today and yesterday and the day before. Customers have come. It's been great, and we've had a great time.
Before I get too far into it, this has got to be one of the most comfortable booths, the coziest booth. Cozy is not something you often say about a trade show booth, but this is cozy. Enjoying sitting down and enjoying a cigar. What do I have here? I've got the Rose of Sharon.
Gordo, you got the big dog.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, our thought here was we're Southern Draw, we're simple. And if we're not in our local brick and mortar, where do we smoke cigars? Your patio, my patio, his patio, her patio. We thought, what's better than having a nice little comfortable patio atmosphere, room for everybody to kick back and, you know, whether they're customers or not customers, media members, the bottom line is have a comfortable place to sit, have a conversation cigar, rest your dogs a little bit. And it's turned out well for us. It's been a kind of a nice little booth for us, and a lot of folks have come and found us.
Very nice, very nice. So, so what's happening here at the show? What's new? What's going on? How's it been?
Hey, well, first of all, it's been great. You know, we came out Tuesday morning with the nationwide launch of the Jacob's Ladder, which is the new double Maduro, double Lajero, the full-bodied, full-flavored blend that we've been waiting on to add to complement our line. The second release of the Rose of Sharon that you have in your hand. You know, that's from the original production, but we just released the second batch. We sold out of the first, again, blessed there. But maybe the most important was the package updating that we had done. You know, after the first almost 3 years on the retail side, we wanted to add a little color, differentiate the boxes between the blends, and we also upgraded together with cigar rings in Esteli, each band. A couple more layers of print and more foil gives it a little more pop, and it really gives it an identity of its own. So the package redesign and the new blend was kind of the big news for us this week.
Tell us a little bit about the new
Jacob's Ladder?
Jacob's Ladder, yeah.
You know, again, the Rose of Sharon is kind of that mild, medium, traditional profile. This Firethorn that I'm smoking is that medium plus Rosado over San Andreas. It's been out for 3 years. Then we have the Kudzu, which is the Escudero on my Tepe, a little Connecticut broadleaf, which is medium to full for most people. You guys have had it. And what we needed a powerhouse. We wanted a full body, full flavor. When you got your belly full, some protein in it, you know. But the concept really was, you know, we're all sitting out by the grill and we're smoking some ribs and the smoke's coming across and it's rich and it's meaty and it's fatty, and but it's not peppery, right? So I think the blend that we've brought to market is again a very rich, meaty, but hearty cigar with that double Lajero. So in my opinion, it's the best power of Dominican and the best complexity of Nicaragua got married, and here we have a Jacob's Ladder. So it's a great addition to our line.
So what's the idea behind the name Jacob's Ladder?
Again, like the other blends, a couple things. Jacob's Ladder. It is just like Firethorn, Kudzu, and Rose of Sharon. It is a flowering plant, which is the color of the bands in the box, and we could share that. It's also a biblical reference, Genesis 28:10, as you can see on the poster just over your right shoulder. Jacob's Ladder is the reference here is a dream that Jacob had where he was dreaming of a gateway, a ladder to heaven where angels were coming up and down, and basically God spoke to him and said, listen, we want you to grow and live within this certain area of the world. We want your family to inherit this area, and we want you to take ownership. Quit being the wild child. You know, follow God's word, and basically good things will happen. And the third kind of hidden meaning there is our son is Ethan Jacob. His name is obviously is a biblical name. He's a very strong, big, bold lad. He's 16, but he's my size without the gut and the gray beards. But he's a very complex child, and he's a very refined, very religious, very spiritual kid as well. So our thought in this is, as we grow, if we're blessed, continue to work with the media and the consumers and the retailers, if we're blessed in 10 or 20 years, is Jacob going to inherit Southern Draw? Is he going to, because he's told me he's had that dream and he's had that vision and that he wants to see what life has to offer, but he would love someday to inherit Southern Draw and to build it for his kids. So there's a little reference and a tie between the three meanings of Jacob's Ladder.
Very nice. So size-wise, what are we looking at in terms of Vitolas and Jacob's Ladder?
Again, much like every core line, we always release a Robusto 5x54 or a Robusto Gordo, a 652 Toro, which is what we blend to as the size, excuse me, and the Gordo that each, as like all of our other Gordos, they are 6.5 by 60. Okay. Jacob's Ladder is a round format versus the box press like you have in your hand. And of course, when we release the fourth Vitola, as in every other blend, it'll be a Lancero. And we're going to look forward to that in early spring of next year, a 6.5 by 40 Lancero with that double Maduro, double Ajero, and I think we're going to have a real nice firecracker on our hands.
So when is the Lancero is getting released considerably later than the other? When is the other Vitolas? When are they coming out?
Usually the Lancero follows 6 to 9 months after the original release. So here's the example: the cigar you're smoking, Rose of Sharon. It was an Easter release, 2017. It'll have a end of September, 1st of October Lancero release. Okay. So, since we just released that, we're looking first quarter of next year. We should expect the Jacob's Ladder, and typically we'll release literally about 400 boxes of Lancero. We try to limit it geographically so our retail partners have a chance to have a little exclusivity and build it up, and then we do a larger release. They're all the same production, but we only release so much of the original production, get it in the market. And the best thing about our Lanceros, other than I just love the 6.5 40, it's a very unique, I think, size for Lancero, but we always sell it at the Robusto price. It does cost more. That's why you see very premium price on Lanceros, but we want them to move. We want people to enjoy them and be rewarded for waiting for them. But we always price them the same as our Robusto of every blend that we do.
Sure. So price-wise, what are we looking at? What are we going to be paying to get some of that Jacob's Ladder?
The Jacob's Ladder, we're still trying to keep it in the $9 to $10 range for the core Vitolas, Robusto, Toro, Gordo. Obviously, the tax differences in different states work, sure. But gas costs more in some states, milk costs more, homes cost more, so do cigars, unfortunately. But we always have an MSRP around $8.99 to $9.99 on our core Vitolas, and we'd like to keep it there. Right before the show, we did have to announce a small price increase, but the Jacob's Ladder really is only 2% higher than the Connecticut that you're smoking. So once we factored in the cost, the difference is it's also in cedro. If you haven't seen it yet, the Jacob's Ladder is in cedro, so it does have a cedar sleeve. We do have a little bit more cost involved in that, but it really stands out, and it has a nice presentation, I think.
So what's the whole FDA situation? How's that impacting Southern Draw?
Right now, how it's impacting us is a lot of time and money and user fees that we're already paying, whether that's going to stand or not. A lot of time of being educated and informed. We do spend a lot of time between our lobbying organization, between following and communicating with CRA, communicating with IPCPR. Obviously, we're out of Texas, so the Texas Cigar Merchant Association and its lobbying power. We're prepared either way. We've been working for the last few years to work. We have a contract with AFES, so that's the Army Air Force Exchange. So we've always had to have certain information disclosed when it comes to SKUs for every product, marketing material, cello, warning labels, all these things. So we have released our warning plans for all of our boxes, bundles, and samplers. So we're going to follow and maintain. We have about 800 SKUs that are pre-August 8, 2016. But if we actually had to go through testing, we're probably going to lose about half of those. Nothing that's on the market today. We would put our money and our resources behind protecting substantial equivalents and doing testing on what we have. But I think it's all to be determined by most people. But we're going to continue to monitor, support the organization, support us.
So the adjustment in product probably won't happen until you get some sort of announcement, some more clarification. Right now you're proceeding as though that won't happen, perhaps? Or
I'm not proceeding as it won't happen.
Well, obviously you have the preparations.
Yeah, what we're saying is, there's 20 or 30 blends that we would like to have in the next 20 or 30 years that we have in our blend book that we actually manufactured in some capacity, that we imported some capacity, and we sold and marketed in some capacity before August 8th of last year. And if we have to go through substantial equivalence testing with the anticipated cost, there's a good chance we won't be able to bring a lot of that new stuff to market at a future date. But for our current line, we're behind it 100% with the resources and the investors that are sitting in this booth, or our family, ensuring that we protect and file and follow all of the requirements for the current product line.
Great. So it sounds like you're well prepared.
I hope we're prepared. Nothing more than the power of prayer. We just keep praying and following the rules the best we can.
That's all you can do. Well, thanks for taking a few minutes to talk to us.
Absolutely, brother. We appreciate you guys as usual. Look forward to sharing the Jacob's Ladder with you, and look forward to everybody else enjoying it as well.